Snap Fitness in Grand Island offers 24-hour access, free weights, strength training machines, cardio equipment, nutrition plans, and personal trainers. They'll work with you to help you reach the goals you have in mind. Located at 217 East Dolly Park Road in GI.
Welcome to End Zone Online. I'm George Ayub with Bobby Mills, the 1,000-yard guy. Lisa Reed's behind the camera, producing, directing, and doing just about whatever she wants because she's the boss.
Yeah.
Mind your manners.
Rides the bus.
Please. Playoff football time, Bobby.
The
It's
holy
here.
season.
The
It's
holy
right.
season is here, and later we'll have a prayer from Father Mills.
For everybody involved, yes.
So we're going to talk some brackets and some big games, some interesting matchups that we see, and we're going to start in Class A. The Islanders went out to North Platte, got it done.
Yes.
59-7. They had 3 pick sixes. I saw that tweet and I thought somebody had just sent it twice.
Oh, yeah.
He kept getting pick six tweets.
That's nice,
Yeah, 3
though.
pick sixes, and so they come in as a 4 seed. They're on the same side of the bracket as Omaha North, the number 1 overall seed.
Mm-hmm.
They have a rematch with Columbus. Columbus played them pretty tough here.
They
that
did.
First half. They
Yeah.
got of gas the second half.
Might not be the same team, though, George.
Yeah.
They surged a little bit toward the end
I
of the
thought
year.
so too. I thought Columbus ended really on a high note, and on the other side of that bracket there is West Side and West, Millard West, and of course West Side is the only team that's beaten the Islanders. So could have the first 2 rounds for the Islanders could be rematches.
They could be,
Yeah,
yeah.
could be. The other side of the bracket, Millard North has the 2 seed, and at the top of that, Creighton Prep has the 3 seed, and so. Any interesting matchups you see in that on the Class A side?
In the first, not really. In the first round, I mean, it's fair. The right teams are playing the right teams. Just fell that way, but.
Some rematches, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Kearney and Norfolk just played.
Oh, good.
They just played,
Yeah,
so they play in 2 weeks in a row. You really want to avoid that, but there's nothing you can do about it. I think that Lincoln East Omaha Central game should be interesting. Central has to go to East to Seacrest. East has kind of been under the radar a little bit this year, and they're a solid team.
They do. I'm so impressed with that defensive backfield of theirs. They picked off 4 more passes the other night, so that makes 19. And it's 2 brothers, the Metcalf brothers, that are doing most of it, and they return some of those for touchdowns. So that's going to be a tough deal. Of course, Central could run all the time, but I don't know if they can get away with that.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good game.
Yes.
That'll be a good game. All those games Friday, October 31st, also known as Halloween.
Yeah.
So we'll see what if any spooky things happen that
Yeah,
day.
no tricks, please, on
Yeah.
that.
Moving on to Class B, of course, our friends out at Northwest High School did not make the playoffs. They lost to Seward 30-22.
Seward's a good team,
Yeah,
George.
3 out of the 4 teams in that conference or that district made the playoffs.
Well, there's your proof, yes.
Yeah, Northwest, we said this last week, 5 of their 6 losses. Total number of points lost by is 25.
Oh, my
I mean, they got blown out by McCook.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're right in every game. So, Coach, as we said last week, Coach Stein has to, bit of a moral victory there. But
I know he's not happy, but they did do a good job this year. Got themselves a 1,000-yarder in Ty Johnson for the first time since 2005.
They
that's
came in
great.
20th with power points. So they were close. I mean, Waverly's 19th, and they're in the ball game here at 16. So anyway, Aurora, as we mentioned, heading out to Scotts Bluff, 8-1 Scotts Bluff team.
They made that trip before, haven't
Yeah,
they?
they've made that trip before, and so big doubleheader at Alcorn. We've got Alcorn and Alcorn South and Beatrice. And then we have Alcorn and York. Actually, Alcorn and York is the first game.
Yep,
That's
they're-
a 4:00 game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alcorn South and Beatrice. Alcorn South and Beatrice.
Hard to get that straight, isn't
yeah,
it?
really. York, of course, from Northwest District. That's just a solid district. Seward, York, and Aurora, and Northwest really showing up big here in the
That's
in
a
the
tough.
district.
Yeah, you'd think that maybe Northwest would have gotten some higher points with all that stuff, but you never know how it's figured. Waverly won their last 4. And
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, they got in there. Waverly got in. So, anything else you see in B that?
I sure like that York Elkhorn matchup.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago in York was a barn burner. My goodness. And then 2 years ago, and then York state finals last year. So that's going to be a great football game. How'd you like Elkhorn South beating Gretna? That was very, very big. And, if Gretna can bounce back, we'll have to wait and
Right,
see.
we'll have to wait and see. Gretna comes in as the 2 seed.
Yep.
Scott gets the number 1 seed. Of course, they had the Final Four there.
Yeah.
The 2 Elkhorns, Gretna and Scott. And, they played each other.
Oh, my gosh.
The last 3 weeks of the season.
The black and blue division.
Yeah.
Last
So we'll see how everybody comes through that. I think you're right. I think how Gretna's going to come, their first loss, the last game of the regular season. See how they can bounce back from that, or
Yep.
see if it bothers them at all. So
Sydney comes to Seward. That's another long drive there.
another long drive. So those games all on the 31st of October on Halloween. So also on the 31st is Class C1. I'm getting the high sign from Elisa. So we're going to talk about Central Catholic seating, and they have an interesting. Everybody was fooled. They thought it was Shad, and we'll talk about that right after the break and a word from Snap Fitness.
What's the most centrally located gym in Grand Island? Try Snap Fitness, a 24/7 gym that's loaded with state-of-the-art equipment from Cybex for both strength and cardio. Located at 217 East Dolly Park Road in Grand Island.
Okay, we're back with End Zone Online. We were just starting to talk about Class C1, and of course Central Catholic had a great season, 7-2.
Yeah.
They beat St. Paul 45-34. I gotta tell you, that St. Paul team, some tough kids on that team.
They came on toward the end of the season.
They really played well, and Central Catholic scored 4 touchdowns in 20 seconds. Not right away, but 2 quick ones in the first half, 2 in the second half on strange plays, fumble recovery, the 35-yard fumble recovery, and it was just amazing. But you know what? Each time St. Paul answered, so they had and St. Paul's quarterback was pretty gimpy the whole game.
I saw that
hurt early, but they played well. I was impressed. But the Crusaders get it done. Everybody thought they were going to Shadron, but they're going to have to head. They're coming as a 9 seed. They're going to go to Wilbur-Claytonia undefeated.
Yep.
But you don't think their schedule has been real tough?
It hasn't. What did they beat Milford, Dorchester, maybe 14-0 the last. That's probably the best team they've played, I think. But
Milford comes in 6-3. They're the 15 seed.
Yeah, they've got a real diversified offense. So they do everything. They throw, they pass. But Carter's Lab's a good player. But yeah, I think their schedule might hurt them a little bit. But we'll see. Yeah. They're always there in the playoffs. Every year.
Yeah, and Central Catholic has a few things to shore up. They had a lot of turnovers. And,
you don't want to see that.
Yeah,
yeah.
And but you know what? They came out there. The last couple times we've seen their ground game has really been effective.
Oh my goodness!
And John Pfeiffer is really running the ball well. And
the line must be blocking terrifically.
They got St. Paul defense on the field for a long time, and was able to push them around. And
that's always good.
But the turnovers hurt him, so I'm sure Coach Shoemaker is going to address that this week.
Mm-hmm.
Other area teams there: Central City got a 16 seed. They'll play number 1 Ashland Greenwood. Same side of the bracket as Central Catholic. So if the Crusaders can get by Wilbur-Claytonia, more than likely Ashland Greenwood, number 1 seed, awaits. That's a powerhouse.
It would be. They'll come out here too, and that'll be 1+. But I still like the way that Central Catholic is playing with their line surge on offense, and they can clean up They probably will.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait.
And Brady Brokaw's pretty accurate, and they have Johanna Gaifan as a weapon at the receiver spot. So.
You don't want to run into him.
Yeah.
I saw Boone and Norfolk Catholic, George, and I'll tell you what, I don't know right now if anybody's going to derail that Arnie Johnson farewell train. He's retiring after the season. They knew that before they started.
They get the number 2 seed.
Oh man, and Boone Central looked very, very good.
Yeah, and they came in 9-0, and they drew Milford Dorchester, same side as the bracket as Norfolk Catholic. We could have a rematch.
Oh, immediately? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now Kearney Catholic, who Central Catholic defeated and won the district with that, they came in as a 6 seed. They play Boys Town in Kearney on the 31st too. So some interesting things there. I'm sure the folks at Central Catholic would have liked to have a home game, but eventually you keep winning, you'll get to play at home.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. In C2, excuse me, Gibbon, Hastings, St. Cecilia, Sutton, Fillmore Central, all from this area. Going to the big dance, as they say. Battle Creek, the number 1 seed. Gibbon gets a 12. St. Cecilia a 4. Sutton a 6. I just don't get that. Sutton undefeated. They beat Hastings St. Cecilia. They get a 6. They're going to open at Hartington Cedar Catholic in Sutton. But you've seen Hartington this year, haven't you?
Great defense.
Yeah, they have a great defense. So Noah Johnson versus this great defense. That should be an interesting matchup.
Should be, and those kids from Hartington Cedar Catholic know how to play defense. They lost to Aquinas, but it was in overtime, and nobody had very many yards in that game, George. And I think Sutton's schedule hurt them a little bit. With the strength of schedule, that probably is why they're sixth.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see how far Sutton can go with that kid carrying the load. My gosh.
Yeah, I mean he's a workhorse. St. Cecilia is going to play Southern on Friday at Duncan Field. Fillmore Central has Oakland Craig at home, 6 o'clock on Friday. Donovan Trumbull not in the field.
No, and they knew they had to win that game against Southern Valley and didn't get it done. What a heartbreak, huh? But
Southern Valley did make it. They're the 15th seed. They play North Platte St. Pat's, who comes in undefeated and 9-0. So, just looking at games in that, I don't see. I think the Sutton Hardington Cedar Catholic game might be the best of the day.
I think so. That's going to be a great matchup. Just terrific.
Yeah. In the lower classes, then Burwell, Shelton, Blue Hill, Fullerton, High Plains, and Heartland, all from the area. They get in. Fullerton gets a 2 seed on the top side of the bracket against the Creighton's number 1 in that side. So they're playing great football.
They are. All the coaches are saying Creighton is really good, but Fullerton is terrific. You have a kid gaining 384 yards. Garrett Sondrup, Terry Douglas was there, and I know those stats are correct. And Terry keeps pretty good.
Heartland too. They're the number 3 seed on the bottom.
How far are they going to go?
Yeah,
what a terrific team.
Yeah, it's a great team, and I really like them sort of in the dark horse arena.
Boy.
I think Heartland can make some noise here.
I do too, and yet they haven't even tapped their passing game yet, and they can.
They can, right? In D2, Heartland and Lutheran scheduled Humphrey St. Francis that just got walloped 86-6. Humphrey St. Francis comes in as a 4 seed.
Yeah, that's a good football team, always.
But in the area teams, Giltner, Kennesaw, Osceola, Sandhill, Stedford, Mullen all get in.
Did Sandhill, Stedford? That's a dangerous football team, George.
Yeah, and that's another team I think we should keep an eye on. They came in number 4. They're going to have Hitchcock County. That's the Thursday game. So these games are all on Thursday on the D1, D2 side. So I like them. I like Sandhill, Stedford to make a little noise here.
And Anselmo Myrna, I like that team up there too. But it's going to be interesting to see how Giltner does it.
Yeah, I forgot Anselmo Myrna, and they're the number 1 on that side of the bracket.
They're pretty good. I just wonder if anybody can beat Exeter Milligan. They're awful good. But that Class D2 is just stacked. Wow, that'll be very interesting.
There's some really good teams here.
And some repeats. Your Red Cloud, you sure don't want to play Exeter Milligan again in the 6 days, whatever. But that's the way it falls. You're lucky to make it and happy to make it.
Absolutely. Garden County is going to be probably pretty tough to.
Yeah, another good football team, George.
Good football team.
The West Power and Hemingford in D1. Don't forget about that.
So that's going to do it for End Zone Online today. I'm George Ayer with Bobby Mills for theindependent.com. See a high school playoff football game this week. Enjoy that. We'll be back to talk about the first round on next Monday. Till then, take care.
Visit Snap Fitness in Grand Island for all of your workout needs. State-of-the-art equipment and personal trainers will help you reach the exercise and health goals you have in mind. Located at 217 East Dolly Park Road in Grand Island.